So many agents, so many people are living around the work they do. Nicole Elliott, our guest on the show, is doing it the other way around. She lives the life she wants and she does real estate around it to the level that she wants to, and she's still striving to do more. Welcome, Nicole.
Hi, Joe, for having me.
Thanks for coming on. You know, the story of how we met, I think, is important. We were at a fundraiser for bowling, and you came with a friend, or a friend brought you along, another agent, and we started talking, and you blew my mind how quickly you connected with me and were networking and giving me resources to help me with some of the questions, some of the things we were talking about, which was incredible. Well done. So
Thank
here
you.
we are.
Good meeting you. Yeah.
And I'd like to get back to that, the networking piece, and I want to talk about the life you're living and the real estate you're doing around it. How'd you get into real estate? How'd this happen?
Well, it actually happened in COVID. We had a friend over the house. So we were all getting together, and she's a very successful real estate agent here in Connecticut. And then had my son, Ryan, and, newly married before that. So I was a little in between. I was actually at a health club in sales. But I really wanted to find the next thing, but I wanted it to be something I cared about, something I liked. And it just kind of all fell into place at the right time. She was at her house, and I always followed her. She was our agent when we bought this house. And she said, why don't you get your real estate license and join our team? She had a team of about 4 other agents at the time. And she has a lot of a lead system. So it would be a good way to kind of learn. And that was it. I mean, when she said that, I said, sounds great, and enrolled in the classes right away. I think my first class started in about June of 2020. So right just after COVID started, and full on. And I passed my test first time around at the end of October. And so I pretty much got running, and I was right on her team right away to start.
Is that like, where were we getting your business from in the beginning?
Well, so she worked with a Zillow. So she was a partnership with Zillow. So she had certain areas that she had leads from. So we all had it programmed into our phone, and see the lead come in, you click it, and then you go talk to the people, meet the people. So it was really the lead system at first. So that was great, as it kept us.
And so you transitioned into more of our sphere of influence at some point. How did that transition take place?
Yeah. So when I first started with our friend Dana, she was out in Glastonbury, which is about 45 minutes from my house. So after a few months, I realized I really want to be close to home. And so I moved to Berkshire Hathaway. So that was fantastic. Berkshire Hathaway. I'm in Hartford County and Litchfield County, Connecticut, a town called Burlington, kind of in the middle of the state. But I had a big network of friends and groups. I'm a competitive golfer. So I had, there's probably 50 to 100 ladies in different areas throughout Connecticut. I went to high school in Connecticut, and just, mutual friends and family throughout. And a good company with Berkshire Hathaway. So we have people that come in the door. I was working floor one day last year, and a man walked in, wanted to sell his house. I went and met him and listed his house and sold it.
Nice.
Well, yeah, I think it trickles in. And then I do partner also with realtor.com, which helps.
Okay, great. So you mentioned it, golf, competitive golfer. When you got into this business, was it always your intention to continue to golf at the same level?
For sure. And even more. I want to up my level.
All right.
My son right now, he's 7. So honestly, I think for about 5 years, I didn't really compete as much. I didn't really play as much. So I'm right at that point now where I'm amping it up. I'm playing more and more. Last year, I played a lot. Last year was the most I played in the 8 years. So yeah, real estate is fantastic for that, because I can set my own schedule during the week. I'm a weekday morning golfer, get up, could be there 7:30, 8:30, 9 o'clock, and play my golf. And there's not as much going on. Sometimes I'll be waiting for an offer to be accepted. I'll have my phone out there, but it's the best job for golf. And
it's amazing. So many agents struggle to have any downtime, any fun time, and you got the life going for you. So what when you're on the course, is there opportunities coming up to do business as well?
There are. Hand out my cards at the end, or we can just talk about it. It's really good just to do business with the people that we know, people that know me, know us. So it's not like we're always talking about real estate, but people definitely ask a lot, how's the market? Or I'm thinking of selling. What should I do? Or how are the interest rates? So it always comes up in conversation. And then I've had, in some of our competitions, I sold one of I bought a house for her cousin was in the area that we were in. So she called me up and asked me to help her cousin. So, and then, somebody else's mother needed her house sold, things like that. So it definitely comes up and people do like to talk about the market.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So now you're still doing realtor.com?
Yes, I am. Yep.
And how much of that your sphere of influence, what percentage do you think is that of your business that you're doing?
I would say honestly, probably 60-40, maybe realtor.com and then sphere of influence. This is my fourth year in real estate. The realtor.com, it is a little more of the colder leads. So it's about kind of making that initial contact right away with them. When you get it, call them within 5-10 minutes and then meet them. I'm very casual. I think it's important to meet a couple times. I'll go, let's go, Joe. We'll go see the house. I just talked to you for 2 minutes. Sure, let's go. Things like that. So I could meet you in person, talk about it, and then hopefully get you as a client. Sometimes right away you don't know each other and they don't stick. So it's, things like that. And then I've had repeat old clients, stay in touch with the old clients. And then, with the sphere, it's just kind of the word of mouth. And then other clients, that's my sphere, but then they're referring me to other people as well. But I really like the realtor.com. I'm old school. Realtor.com was here before Zillow. I always liked it and looked at it. I've done Zillow before, but I did Zillow when I first started, but with Dana's business. But I personally, now that I'm with realtor.com and I partner with a lender with that, we do it together. So
nice.
That's nice.
That helps.
Yeah,
good for you. Sure. So let's jump over to the other piece of this because it ties well into walking the course and getting to know people. Your networking capabilities. When you meet somebody, what are you thinking? How do you get to that connection so quickly?
Really nothing. I mean, I'm meeting you. I'm getting to know you, asking questions about you, talking, having fun, mutual interests. Golf is a great one. We all, a lot of us have the same passion. We play together. We teach each other. And then us, it's like, I'm not too don't just see them and forget about it. We all can do that. You meet people and then I'm like, I really could have stayed in touch with that person. It's not easy.
On your you certainly asked a ton of questions. Is that something that's natural? Are you naturally curious or were you at some point trained to do that?
I am naturally curious. Honestly, when I was younger, my form of communication was to ask questions.
Well, everybody at 2 years old does that.
Yeah, I know. When I got older, I realized, I think I asked a little bit too many questions. I think that was maybe my background growing up. I played sports. We had coaches. I don't know. I just never learned. It was like I was always at school. I was at practice. We were at games. I was always busy, and we like to talk about things. But I think I probably just do ask questions. So
yeah, you do very well, and you weren't asking questions to get to a certain ending. You weren't trying to steer the conversation in any one way. You were just truly curious and listening, which is a huge opportunity that a lot of people miss. So kudos to you on those techniques, and I'm glad it's so natural. It certainly came across as natural.
Thank you as well. I enjoyed that. Thank you.
So realtor.com, SOI, golf. What other are you tying into your 7-year-old with Ryan yet, or is he too little to be able to tap into his severe influence?
Yeah, right. Yeah, we are. We probably have a handful of good friends and the parents. One of them's also a real estate agent. She's great. So we can kind of talk about it. And, I actually got a little involved with the chamber. That's more businessy and that's real kind of straight up networking. I think I would fit better in like the Lions Club where it's more service and community and events and more casual like us. It's not like all business. It's just service oriented. And it's the big one. I grew up playing basketball in the Lions Club here. And I think it's just the main one here in town. So, and I've read, good things about it. And we go to events that they sponsor as well.
Good. So 4 years in, you got business coming from several different angles. You earned certain distinguishing award, Berkshire Hathaway. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I was shocked for the first year. I was an honor society member. So I was in the top 14% of the network, 2021. So I've done it every year, 21, 22. Or let's see, I was with that other company. So I was about 3 years in a row. But 21 was my busiest right away, like out of the gate. So busy. And I didn't even keep track of my numbers. I didn't really know things. I was just selling houses and kind of going. And at Berkshire Hathaway, when that year ended, like, oh, you made the honor society. And I was just, it's like, wow. So then I didn't even, know it existed. So, but I've had it 3 years in a row. So next year, my goal is to step it on one more, which is leading edge, which I think is like I think it's a top 8% or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you feel as though you'll be able to do all that while still golfing as much as you want and being you can be.
Yeah, I'm kind of right on the edge. Yeah, I think so. I know more people now. Yeah, it's definitely challenging managing all these things. But we have a good group where I work. We have a great office, good manager, good business plans, and then I'm getting a little more business. So I'm hoping I'm going to keep going for it.
And how are you leveraging your time between all these things and not getting buried in all the paperwork? Or are you staying late at night? What's your life like when you're not on the golf course?
Yeah, well, that's why it's nice right now because there's snow on the ground and it's really 2 degrees outside. It's pretty cold. So I think I'm valuing the off time right now that it's winter and I can't golf. So the schedule's not as busy, but I filled it in with the gym, going to the gym in the morning just to have some structure. So I've realized that the admin stuff I really could get better at. I'm not always doing that. I really keep up with my clients, like the hot list, like people that are in the market or they're going to be in the market currently are, I keep up with all that kind of activity. I feel like maybe the needle movers, I probably do that almost the best, the paperwork, but that's really not too bad. I think I'm a fast worker.
So this is my coaching question here. You're going to have more business coming in. You're stepping up at your golf. Your 7-year-old is going to get more and more active. You want to grow your business to get to the top 8%. What's going to give? You're doing all your own paperwork. Something's got to give or you're going to burn out. What's going to give?
Yeah, it could be a little tougher. That's why I think I'm right on that line between where I'm at and then the leading edge. I think I am narrowing the focus a little bit. It's family, friends, the relationships, golf, fitness, the time management app. I'm part of that full system of Growth Day. That's a big part of my time management, life management, stress relief is that platform. So I think I've given, I've even with my calendar that I'm trying to say no, block things off, not do as many maybe either social things and then sometimes I'm a learn as I go person. So maybe I'll have to sell higher priced houses.
Okay. So you're thinking you're going to be able to do it all.
And I have narrowed it down a little bit. It's family, golf in the summer, my friends, but yeah, I'm hoping, but relationships is a big part of that. So that kind of ties right in. Yeah,
absolutely.
There's a chance I might be partnering a little bit with a builder. So that would really help if that happens.
When we get offline, I'll be asking you more about leveraging people and systems to get rid of that paperwork off your desk so you can spend more time doing all the stuff that is going to make you money and fill your bucket. That's another conversation though. You mentioned Growth Day. Tell me about Growth Day. I hear a lot about it. I listen to Ed Milet quite a bit. He's always talking about it on his show and you're in it. What's going on? Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's kind of on fire right now. It's kind of a whole operating system for you as a person. It is inspiration, it's life, relationships, business, entrepreneurship, communication, stress relief, even sleep. It's Growth Day. It's a whole platform. So personally, the way I use it, I have an app on my phone and I also have it on the computer. So it's a daily thing we'll go into. In the morning, you can listen to what's called the Daily Fire, which is Brendan Burchard. He's the founder of Growth Day. He's a high performance and productivity coach. Yeah. So he and Ed Milet are fantastic. They've worked with top CEOs, the top Fortune 500 companies, Olympians, presidents, about living a life where you're in control, happy, striving, happy is basically the bottom line. Everybody nowadays, you have a lot of stresses in your life. So we're just plugging away, enjoying our life. We're happy. We're striving. We're getting better. We're managing our kids in a good way. We're thinking about what's important to us. What are even my goals or how do I want to feel? And the app, that morning fire, I listened to it already this morning. It was even just a simple breathing technique, calming yourself, taking breaks throughout the day, every hour to 90 minutes. Give yourself a 2 to 7 minute break. Walk around the house, slow down, quiet your eyes. And that just rejuvenates you, at the end of the day. So right now it's called 5 to Thrive. Every day I go in my phone and there's 5 steps. Daily Fire is number 1. Inspiration. I'm so excited. I hear this over and over, just great things in my mind. And I'm literally fired up. Like it's pretty awesome. And then it'll be a little journaling thing. There'll be a prompt, who do you have to what do you have to do today? Or who do you need to be on your A game for today? So it's like, I could say Joe, I have Joe's podcast today, The Real Joe Show. I'm going to be on there with him. We're going to have a great conversation. It has you think about things. And then it'll be another little 6-minute video. Today was actually Mel Robbins. I don't know. It could be like Ed Milet does his Monday motivation. And Mel Robbins, she's fantastic. She's like, a couple times New York bestseller,
Oh,
very
yeah.
funny. She's from Boston,
Yeah, I know.
she had like a 6-minute video. Yeah. And it's just so cool. Like, I just love listening to these things. It helps this job. It helps my life. It helps my home life and friends, everything. And then at the end of the day, it's based on like, there's habits, it's high performance habits. Like, you want to be your best. You have goals that you want to do. Well, Brendan's book it's about having like necessity. Are you making success a necessity in life? Are you demonstrating your courage every day, the best of yourself? Are you maintaining your energy? Are you doing things to build and give your energy? So you score yourself. Did you move enough at the end of the day? And then at night, which has been great, is you score yourself, and then I'll do what did I learn from the day, or what am I grateful for today, right at the end of the night. And it's nice because a lot of times you don't really reflect on those things. And it's digital, so it actually saves it. I can always go back and look. And so, as you can tell, it's a big part of.
Yeah. Obviously you're excited about it. How do you feel it has changed things for you personally?
Like, I'm just at another level. I feel like, internally, and, like, I don't really, maybe, I don't know, get upset, or like, I'm striving calmly, happily. I know how to take breaks. I get communication tips. I think it just makes us a more positive, focused, intentional person. Like, I'm just a better probably person, and somebody who has goals. It definitely helps you, get better.
Do you share this? Are you sharing this? The both of you doing this?
Yeah. Yep. I do share it. My friends and family, or even businesses. It's an excellent tool for anybody who has their own companies and their own employees. I mean, it's big to get. A lot of people aren't into personal development. And this is like a natural thing for people that, haven't dived into anything like this. Like, back in the day, it was Tony Robbins, yeah. So, and there's a certain group of people that like these things. So I think now maybe we can waken people up more, people's kids in their 20s, 30s. But a big part of this could be with companies and their employees. I have a couple of friends that are business owners, and sometimes they're not so happy with their employees. They actually do have a plan for businesses. That's part of the growth day and the app. And people do this all the time anyway. People watch YouTube. They're looking at things. It doesn't have to be personal development, but people spend their time. If we could get people to spend their time on apps like this, or platforms where they're learning, that's where their energy can go. So for business, it'd be a big thing for employees. It just helps your productivity. That's what it is, all those things, and happiness.
It's absolutely better than watching cats or car crashes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a huge believer in personal development and trying to strive for higher, and keeping it all together too, not losing sight of what really matters.
Yeah. That is the main thing. It's not like, oh, I got to do this or get this. And we're living a great life, but it's like, okay, well, today I'm going to even be a better mom, or, I'm even going to cook something great tonight. Yeah.
That's right.
For sure. Or
what is the definition of success for Nicole?
I used to have it written a long time ago. I remember writing that. Honestly, I think just getting the best of yourself, being peaceful, happy, good relationships. That's a big thing. Having a circle of people that you care about you, contributing, service. So I would say all those things. And then, having goals and plans, like living an active and intentional life. Like, I'm happy. I feel successful right now. I'm living a good life. So
you're firing in all cylinders. You have everything in place, both personally and professionally. That's fantastic. That's not always a balance that people can attain. And I don't mean a daily balance. There's always a seesaw in life on the day and between work and home. And it sounds like you have a good portion of each going for you.
Yeah. Like, I know you feel like, I want to hear what your answer is to that. But yeah, like, we're living a life where we're feeling the day. We're excited, engaged with my son, not sitting here on my phone, going for a walk, being outside. Like, a lot of these, it's true. Like, the simple things in life is living a good life. Like, not successful is when you're stressed out, upset, your mind is crazy, you're not sleeping. That's so success should just be the opposite of that. Like, simply, that's, to me, everybody's different. But what would you?
Now, are you immune to those those nights and days when stress is keeping you up and you're grinding your teeth and you're kicking the cat? Does that still
Yeah,
happen?
but I mean, we'll have some bad days and be the other night, I actually didn't sleep too well. I stayed up. I was like playing with my phone, which I don't really do that night. And I was reading things like that. But no, or even in real estate, you think you're going to get an offer. You're waiting. I'm actually waiting on one right now. She originally had said it was 10 a.m. And then she said she didn't get to talk to her client yet. She's already spoken with the lender. So, but you can't dwell on things.
Right.
We strive calmly. So I'm not thinking about it, but I'm hoping we get it today.
The tip or two that you can share that when everything's breaking loose and you lose control over what's going on around you, how do you bring that back? How do you get your mindset focused on the positive and moving forward?
Well, one thing is immediately you can change your environment. So get up, get off your computer and go for a walk. One thing which I want to keep doing and get better at this is breathing. Just close your eyes, take some breaths. You'll feel it too. You'll just feel I love music. But this is actually a hard thing. Koya Webb, she's fantastic. She's part of Growth Day, but she's online. She's a spiritual yoga business. She's fantastic, Koya Webb. And I love her. I'm part of one of her groups. But she actually says, take 25 breaths. If you're feeling overwhelmed, take 25, which sounds like you could do it, but it's not.
Number to count to. I usually lose around 10, 11. I get lost.
Like wander off. But music too. I love, your favorite music, even dancing at night or something. But I think a big thing sometimes if you start dwelling on things is to change your environment right away, to have some water, get something to eat, just go for a walk or do some jumping jacks, just stop. Or if you're thinking too much, stop. Try to put some music on, do something else.
Good stuff. It's everybody. And the people that I really want to talk to, I guess, I understand where you're coming from and you're using Growth Day as your tool, as your coach. Do you have another coach? Or is this?
No, this is it. Yeah.
This is your
in this one app, there's 10 coaches. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fantastic. And there's those that don't, like you were saying earlier, people that don't strive to get into self-help and self-actualization and doing the most they can, the best they can, and not blowing up their life. And some of them still pull it off. And those people amaze me. They amaze me that they can do that. Yeah. Good for you. Let's wrap this up. And I wanted to, for people that want to reach out to you for real estate, you mentioned you're in Berkshire Hathaway. Which office?
I am in the West Hartford, Connecticut office.
Nice area.
It's beautiful there.
Yeah.
Basically all of central Connecticut, Litchfield County, Hartford County, Connecticut. On Instagram, I'm Nicole Elliott, realtor. Facebook, Nicole Elliott.
Okay. And Growth Day. Tell us about Growth Day. If somebody wants to get involved in that, what should they do for that?
Just they can shoot me a message. I'll send them a link.
You know what? If you send me the link, I'll post it. So it'll be right down below at the end of this.
Right. Yeah. And you said it, like people, sometimes they just don't know, we grew up, I don't know if you grew up playing sports, you have coaches and things like that. You learn, as adults, you don't have these, but if you try it, like, wow, I feel so much better. Like, yes. I feel great, Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a huge proponent of coaching. Obviously that's part of what I do. And one of the biggest things one of the things I probably could have done better is if I had a coach in the beginning, or at least partway through when I opened up my own firm. I was doing everything on my own, just feeling my way through the dark. There was a missed opportunity at that point if I had somebody coaching me through that. And at that time, it wasn't that big of a thing. It wasn't as ubiquitous as it is now. So absolutely believe in coaching. Growth Day sounds like an easy way in to get started. And I know in that program, there are multiple levels you can increase the amount of attention you're getting and help you're seeking. So I'll definitely put that down below for people to take a look at.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Good to see you.
Nicole, thanks for coming on and sharing your path through a wonderful life. I'll be in touch.
All right. Great, Joe.
Well, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Tell your friends. If you want to come on the show, let me know, and we'll get you on as soon